This is my mountain cattle one-man tent. Weighs a little under a kilogram. And you can see it's about packed size about 18 inches by about 8 inches. It's a single skin tent, and it cost me £55 from Amazon. And this is going to be my first use of this tent. I'm going to start with the back end pole, and it's already curved so that it's a fit, but it is a tight fit to get it between the two holes that it needs to go into. And I'm starting at this end so that when I peg it down with a couple of pegs at the back, it's not going to blow away when I go and do the front end. I only need 6 pegs for the base for this. Obviously 2 of them at the back that I'm putting in now, but then it's 4 at the front end when I put the other 2 poles in. That's all it actually really takes. There are 2 other pegs after that for the guy ropes, which I didn't find in the box when I opened it up in the conservatory and set it up. So then you have to put in the first of the poles at the front end of the tent. And this basically, once you've got these 2 poles in, it forms a nice little storage area. But these poles are already curved, so they sort of partially go around in the shape that you want them anyway. But they're still tricky. And you can get the first one in the hole, no trouble, but when you try to get it into the other one, it's a bit of a tight fit, and it takes a bit of sort of pushing and bending. I found the only way really to get it to go into the hole properly in the second, when you're doing the second end, is to get hold of the loop where the tent peg goes through and pull, and then push down on the pole, and you just barely get it to go in. To try and decide which of the holes I'm meant to put it into, I follow the seam. The second pole at the head end is just basically a repeat of the first one. It's a little bit trickier because you've got the first pole in place, so that the tent is partially shaped, but yeah, it's curved. You push it through its little tube, and then you start to line it up with the 2 holes it needs to go into. Well, okay, I put the first one in the wrong hole, so now I've got to get it out of that hole and put it into the right hole so I can do the second pole properly. That black rectangle you can see, that's the base of the storage area. It doesn't look like much, but I got a pair of boots, my tank bag, and a 52-litre rucksack in there, and it wasn't encroaching on my sleeping area at all. So now I just peg down the storage area. It just needs the 4 pegs. The ground's nice and soft here, so these pegs are going in fairly easily. I haven't used the standard pegs that came with the tent. I don't really like the design. I've got a habit of snapping those. So I've actually brought my own spare tent pegs that are of a style that I do like, and they are fairly strong. But they're going into the ground nice and easy, and I'm just going to stretch the tent out a little bit so that it's all a bit taut along the ground sheet end. When I opened this up at home, just to make sure I had all the parts for it, one of the things I noticed is it didn't have any guy ropes. It's not really a problem. I've got guy ropes all over the place. I've got plenty of spare ones, you know what I mean? So I did bring a couple with me. But it seems you don't need guy rope. You just get the two triangular bits and peg them straight down into the ground, which I'm going to do now, and that should really see the tent pretty much set up. Just get this peg into the ground at the back of the tent, stretch it out a little bit, and there you can see that the roof's coming up quite nicely, and the tent is now up, finished, set up and ready to go. Just got my Trekology 140 airbed in there, and you can see it's a little bit on the snug side. That airbed fits full width of the tent and full length of the tent, apart from the storage area at the left hand side. This is going to be a bit of a tight squeeze once I'm in there tonight.